Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shobha Gudi here. I come from FOGSI, the Federation of Obstetric and Gynecological Societies of India, a very rich federation of 38,000 members and 256 societies, ever growing member strength, and I represent the Family Welfare Committee. I'm here today to answer some of the queries thrown by all of you. What is it that women want to know about contraception and family planning? Let us discover. Through this brief video, I shall take you through a journey of information of how safe contraceptives are and how beneficial they are for your health. So here we go with the first question. What have you asked? You all wish to know what are the advantages of family planning? Well, that's a nice question to begin with because advantages are multidimensional, far-reaching, and superlative. Because family planning is beneficial not only for you and your health as an individual woman, but also for your children, for your husband, for your immediate family. It also has high positive impact on the health of a society, of communities, and the country and the world. And that is because eventually it does achieve population stabilization. Population stabilization is the key to useful progress to attaining the sustainable development goal, which will see to it that there is zero hunger, zero poverty in this world. And to reach there, the first step might be to ensure that you have very sound reproductive health with the help of contraceptives. Shall we go on to the next question? I hope I have answered that one well. Let us go on. The next you have asked about a very common worry that women have. Suppose you are very well and doing extremely, you're very energetic in your life, you're healthy in every way. Why should you pop pills in order to prevent a pregnancy? It is essential because oral contraceptive pills are very, very beneficial for health. They are also very safe and they do not cause cancer. They do not cause cancer. In fact, it's the other way around. Oral contraceptive use of 5 years and more has been seen to be highly beneficial in reducing cancers of the ovary, the endometrium, and the colon. Okay. Why this is essential to know is because there's seldom preventive measures you will come across which can prevent, which can save you from cancers. But oral contraceptive pills have that ability. There's a 50% reduction in the incidence of these cancers, and that is proven beyond doubt. Okay, so please remember that oral contraceptives are beneficial for health and they prevent cancer. If you have any worry about breast cancer and hormones, then yes, if there is a history of breast cancer in an individual woman in her past, then we do avoid oral contraceptive pills. Okay, so that is how the risk assessment goes for OC pills. It is very beneficial. We go on to the next question. Well, will using oral contraceptives have an effect on my chances of conceiving in the future? Has been asked by one of our women. What do you think? Of course not. It is a completely reversible method. The effect of contraception while taking an oral contraceptive pill is limited to that particular cycle. As soon as the pill is stopped, the woman has a chance of becoming pregnant, as soon as the pill is stopped. So therefore, oral contraceptive pills come within a segment or a group of methods of contraceptives which are called short-acting reversible contraceptives. So remember the word reversible and you will know that there is no fertility issues once you stop. You will retain your fertility, whatever God has given you. You will be capable of completing your family, have as many children as you want. Remember, contraception is about having pregnancy by choice and not by chance. In fact, in answer to the first question, I should have said this also, that the most important advantage of family planning and contraception is that you are the deciding factor of when you want to become pregnant, how many times you want to become pregnant, and at what intervals you want to deliver your babies. So that is an autonomy, and that is a freedom of choice that contraceptives can afford you in your life. Okay, and there is no fertility issues. There is no question of infertility resulting from the use of a oral contraceptive pill. We go on to the next question. Let us see what our bright, intelligent women of India have asked us. Will oral contraceptive pill cause weight gain? Oh, isn't that a very common worry? Because everyone wants to fit into smaller and smaller dresses, don't we? All of us aspire to be, on the less weight side. Yes, of course, from the cosmetic aesthetic point of view, but also from the health point of view. So I must assure you all that oral contraceptive pill do not cause weight gain. If at all a woman is gaining weight, it is because she is getting older. She is very complacent and happy because she is on a good contraceptive method and she's enjoying her married life. And that gives her, a sense of satiety, and she eats well, maybe more luxury, and therefore she puts on weight. Most important of all, as a woman gets older, the metabolism gets slower and there is a risk of putting on weight. So it has to do more with the lifestyle and not with the pill. In fact, to give you more information, there are modern pills which have actually the reverse effect on obesity. They are beneficial for women who are overweight because the type of progesterone contained in them allows a woman to lose weight more readily and does not allow her to put on weight. So these are the benefits, the added benefits of contraceptives, beyond contraception, because contraception is the primary benefit, but there are other health benefits as well. Okay. So I should be getting along and asking the last question posed by you. Okay, so this is I would say this is the $1 million question which you have asked. Of course, there are no $1 million to be shared there, but I must answer this in the best way possible because there is no one answer to this. Which family planning method is best to prevent unwanted pregnancy? Okay, let me correct this like this so that you can all read it well. I hope you can all read it well. Which family planning method is best to prevent unwanted pregnancy? If it was an open forum, I would have wanted you to answer this. So this is something which requires fine tuning, and it requires tailoring. We call it tailoring of contraceptive method, and it depends on a lot of factors. And what we factorize into the decision of which method to give to which woman depends on a lot of factors. It depends on whether you're an adolescent, you're just married, or whether you have just delivered, you just had a miscarriage, or you just want to put interval between your babies, or you're getting on in years, or you have completed family, but you don't want the permanent method. You still want to stick to the temporary methods or the spacing methods, as we call. So then, let me give you a broad answer, a very kind of, a universal answer, which you should remember, which applies to everyone. In general, all contraceptive methods are safe and are very effective. We have to use some skills to get the best contraceptive for the right woman. And that is what I meant by saying tailoring. So in other words, what I can tell you is, in a given situation, we create a basket of choice of contraceptives. For example, a woman who is recently married and doesn't want to conceive for the next 3 years. That's a common situation today because maybe, she is BE engineering, she wants to do her MTech. Next 3 years, she doesn't want. Then what to do? Will condoms alone help her? Maybe yes, if they are used extremely, with extreme precaution and the correct way, the perfect use. We call it the perfect use. Then the male condom are good. The female condom slightly less effective, but also good. But then the natural methods may not be very great. The withdrawal method, etc., the safe period, they will have higher risk of failure, especially if a girl is a student or a career woman, etc. They may have higher risk of failure. So then the other methods would be oral pills. There are different types of oral pills, about 5 to 6 types are available. There are also methods like intrauterine devices, which also can be fitted. If women feel or they are not suitable medically for taking the oral contraceptive pill, we can fit in a device in the womb, which is, very friendly and it doesn't cause any harm. And insertion is not very painful. And then we can remove it after a few years whenever the woman wants to conceive. Maybe after 2 years, maybe after 3 years or 5 years, something like that. Then there are methods which are called implants, and they go under the skin of the underarm, the non-dependent, the non-dominant arm, we call it. So the left arm in the right-handed person. And on the underarm, we just below the skin, we fit in a small device just below the skin, just subdermal, subcutaneous. We fit a small device, which is known as an implant, and it releases small doses of hormones and therefore causes contraception, does not allow the woman to become pregnant because the egg will not be released. Same mechanism as in the OC pill. So then these implants are also safe for such a woman who is newly married. There are a couple of other options like Centroman, which is a non-hormonal or non-steroidal contraception that is very good. And then, of course, there are injectables, which can be taken once in 3 months. There are a couple of more like vaginal rings, patches, etc. So what I am trying to tell you is in any given situation, we create a basket and we tell the pros and cons of the method and the woman makes a choice. And this choice, making this choice is so important, so crucial for her feeling of autonomy and her feeling of, completeness, that she kind of adopts that method, discusses the pros and cons, because once she chooses that method, we do the method specific counseling. And then she can always return back to her provider and ask her if any other problems crop up, she can come for troubleshooting. So this is the kind of service that contraception requires, and we provide it all the time. And as far as there is a good healthcare provision of not just the gynecologist, but of counselors, of nurse practitioners, of other, for example, some ASHA workers also can be, very useful. They can give very friendly advice as a supportive role to the gynecologist for initiation, for continuation, and for follow-up. So those were my messages for today. I hope you did benefit by listening to me. I hope that you will all be encouraged to improve your lives, your reproductive health by optimal use of contraceptive methods. I thank you.